Just start the recording. And then I'm going to change presenter. Can you speak?
Hi, Tony. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah. Sorry, I thought go to webinar was already sending the link to you. Anyway, I've just told them about an awesome bonus I'm going to put together for this. I'm doing a lot of local SEO here in Thailand right now, and we've got some big competition here because there's a lot of SEO guys. And quite good ones as well because they're actually living here. They're working full time on this kind of stuff, and they're living, sort of paradise lifestyle here in places like Pattaya and Phuket and things like that. And it's very, very, very competitive. And what I'm doing over the next 4 to 6 weeks is I'm putting together a course and how I take them out and the strategies we use and what we do when we're in competition. So at the end of that course, anybody who's bought PBNxpress will get access to that. But that course will be $197. It will not be less because there's too many good things in there for me to go and do some kind of launch with it for 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. It's just not going to be that kind of course. So that's a nice bonus for people who do buy PBNxpress. And you will get that within about 4 to 6 weeks. Anyway, Todd, thanks for coming back. We had a lot of questions, a lot of things that we needed to sort of try and clear up, and thanks for offering to come in today. We don't have a big crowd, but we will get this replay out to a lot of people. So if you want to, was there anything you wanted to cover first, Todd, before we get into questions?
No, not off the top of my head.
All right.
I was kind of scattered right now. My internet connection blew up on me over the last half hour, so I've been scrambling to get it back rolling. So I made it.
It happens. All right. Look, one of the biggest questions we're getting is the pricing model. People are confused. What is the credits and how does it work and which one do they actually need, because we've got 3 different levels in there. Could you talk about that a little bit and make it really clear for people so they understand what the options they've got, what options they should go for depending on what level they are and what kind of credits they're going to be using up, what the credits are. If you could just cover that in a little bit of detail, and we can get rid of that part first and then we can get into some of the tools.
Okay, great. Yeah, the credit system is basically what you see up here in the top left-hand corner. And let me shut that down. And so credits are basically, in my world, they're API calls. And every time we request data from various sources such as Majestic, Moz, SEMrush, ProRank Tracker, Long Keyword Tell, there's a few others as well. Every time we must, basically I pay monthly fees as well for X amount of calls. And so that's the reason for the crediting system, is so that it's fair to me and fair to you guys, so that each time you use something that requires a data pool, then we're all limited to some degree, myself included. So we tried to set the crediting system up to sort of a beginner, medium, and advanced user. If you don't have a lot of domains that you're already tracking and that you're already looking after, then obviously I think the Charter Mini would be a good place to start for you. It already allows a lot of domains, and the number of credits that you use varies depending on what it is that you're trying to do. Like for instance, I'll give you an example. The first time you add a domain, right here in My Domains, you can always see how much you're about to be charged or how many credits it's going to cost you to add a domain. And in the beginning, when you start adding domains, the first time you add a domain, it costs you a little bit more. It costs you 15 credits to add the domain and pull the data you see on this page. And then every time you want to refresh that data, it's only going to cost you 10 credits. And we don't automatically, we have this discussion whether we should automatically refresh your data for you all the time, but I decided that that wouldn't really be fair, because there's some domains that you may that you may want to see refreshed all the time, and then there's some domains that you don't. All domains are different in your own eyes, in my eyes as well. So we left that up to the user's discretion to how you wanted to spend your credits moving forward. So I guess the main point I'm trying to make there is the first month when you add all your domains, it's going to cost you a little bit more. And then subsequent months after that, you may or may not spend 10 credits per refresh per domain. It's up to you whether you want to do that, whether it matters to you at that moment in time or not. So you can kind of sparingly use that to refresh your data. Okay. So that's number one, where the credits come into play. Number two, where the credits come into play, is your rank tracking. And right here again, it says adding a new domain will be charged 5 credits, and every keyword 5 credits, and every search engine 5 credits. So when you first add these, it's going to use this amount of credits per ad. Okay. So that doesn't get that expensive unless you're trying to track, you know, a lot of domains. Now each package allows you to track X number of URLs. For instance, right here, this will allow this package. Well, the one I'm on, the one that's assigned to me, is this account, this admin account, is 200 and 200. That means I can add 200 pro. And I think, let me just pull up the packages too, so we can be clear what I'm referring to, and you can see the pricing model based on that. But normally, if I'm giving you 200 pro-rank terms, then you're relatively.
Okay, so Todd, what I want to do is, I know you've got some PowerPoint, a little bit of a bio, so I don't want to do a big introduction. You've already got that there, except to say that every time that people have Todd on a webinar, there's been something very, very.
Do I really speak that fast?
Of these webinars, it's not always been
Did you hear all that?
Yeah. I was saying, do I really speak that fast? The Scottish in me coming out.
Okay, so right here you can see the pro rank tracker terms 100, 200, and 500. Now, a lot of people, you know, with their money sites, they may have. Now, some people want to track, you know, 200 or 300 terms per site, and you know, that's a lot. Normally, people are only tracking, you know, between 2 and 10 keywords that they're targeting. Now, I know that you may be ranking incidentally for some other terms, and that's great. But you really, you know, we're only going to pay. You really should only be adding keywords into the system that you're actively working on, that you're actively pushing up in the search engines. Okay, so that's why the limits are where they are, kind of depending on your level. So say you have, if you got the mini here, say you have 10 money sites, which is a lot for most people. Most people don't have 10 money sites. Some people have 10 clients though, and you might track 10 terms each, and that gives you 100 terms. Moving up here, 20 sites, 10 terms each. Moving over here, 50 sites, 10 terms each. Or any way you want to slice that up. Now, in the future, I just want to add that we're always monitoring sort of how people are using. I have a chart in my back end that tells me what systems and tools people are using the most and how much data they're pulling from each of the APIs. So this model could change in the future, but when I say that change, I mean it's only going to change for the better, right? If I can see some places in here where, hey, you know, the current situation is that you know, we have a lot of leftover credits on this particular system, like Pro Rate Tracker, for instance, then I have the ability to increase everybody's levels, and that's something that I look at all the time. And as more people join the system, and as I get a better feel for what everyone's doing and how they're doing it, then I will be able to modify these limits for the better of everyone. And then I also foresee that in the future, when there's more people involved in the system and it's generating more revenue, then I'm able to spend more of that revenue on increasing all of my buy packages and then in turn increase all of your buy packages, all of your credit packages. Does that make sense? So right now, I know that some of you are like, well, again, I've got 10 domains and I want to track 100 keywords each. And yeah, that may be you. But unfortunately right now, I really don't have the, I really can't do that just yet. In the future, it might certainly be possible. So where do you spend your credits? Not all of these spend credits, only some of them. And I was giving you an example of My Domains, Rank Tracker, Domain Sleuth. You're going to spend credits, but only whenever you pull backlinks and anchor text. Domain Analyzer is another place that you're going to spend credits whenever you view these reports, if these reports are not already cached, like for instance. Okay, so right here, for instance, here's a good example of how your credits are spent. Now, initially, I had this locked down at 50 backlinks and 50 anchors because I usually can get a good idea of this kind of domain just by looking at the first 50. But then I had a couple of guys that say they want to look at 1,000 backlinks, and or hundreds of backlinks. And so we added, and now mind you, we just have to add in the accounting for that because I can't let someone walk in with 1,000 domains that wants 1,000 backlinks and anchors and pull 1,000,000 rows of API, right? That would just eat me up. So what I've done here is I've allowed you to decide how many credits do you want to spend. What's really important to you? How many is really important? Okay, maybe it's 25, maybe it's 50, maybe it's 100. Once you've done this long enough, you'll sort of understand that looking at 1,000 backlinks for every domain doesn't really get you ahead. It's not going to give you any more data than you can with a few hundred backlinks. But it's up to you. Now, you could have a totally different opinion on that than I do, and that's fine. SEO is not an exact science. It's kind of a liberal arts science because there's just a lot of different things that go into it. So anyway, I give you the ability to spend as many credits as you want right here. Now, if you've got the baby package, then obviously you're not going to want to do that. But if you've got one of the larger packages, then you can certainly afford to spend some credits. And down here at the bottom left-hand corner, you see these circles. This tells you exactly when the monthly refresh will be performed, and that means all of your credits in the top left-hand corner will refresh back to your monthly package. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. Right now, the initiation price is just sort of something that I decided to do in the very beginning of this to allow people to even get locked in to a very large amount of credits, like 15,000 credits a month for basically a one-time fee, and then you see the very low monthly $30 a month. Now, in the future, when you see whenever, if you're not already locked into $30 a month and you just want to come over here and buy the 12,000 credit package, well, you're going to be looking at $299 a month. Okay, there might not be this initiation fee right now, but over the course of a year, you're going to pay a lot more than that. And so that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it now, is just kind of charging I'm not making any money on this, guys. Not at these rates and these levels. I don't make any money. I'm only trying to get people in, to get people using it, get some feedback, figure out how to make it better and better and better, but I got to charge something, and I think $20 a month is very, very cheap for everything that this system can do. So I know the credit system is hard for some people to swallow, but it just has to be some sort of limitations on there. And it also prevents people from buying one account and then group sharing it in some you know, Black Hat forum or something, and letting everybody log into your account and just go crazy, pulling all the data, because believe me, a lot of people want to do that. I see it in a lot of groups that I stalk.
Todd, Tony's asking difference between this and the OMG Command Center tool, apart from the WordPress integration. I'm not familiar with. I know what they are, OMG machines. I've heard of them. I know it's a $5,000 course, and people are doing very well with it. And it's basically an SEO kind of membership. I've never been in there, never seen it, so I'm not that familiar with what they've got inside there. So I can't answer anything like that myself. But if you're familiar with OMG machines, could you explain to them what the difference is there?
Yeah, I'm a member there. I was you know, I'm not gonna claim any fame there, but I when those guys first started out, you know, a big part of that course was, gosh, how do I say this without being arrogant? But I had a course that was released a couple years ago called Blog Network Blueprint, and you know, some of the leaders over there bought it and opened their eyes up to, you know, how to make things roll with PBNs, and they did, and they got some phenomenal results. And based upon that, you know, the guys reached out to me and they're like, "Wow, man, we took your course and we crushed it with it." And they let me, you know, they's like, "Hey, you want to, you know, we've got a lot of questions here that we may not have all the answers to, so do you want to step in and, you know, maybe help us out and just meet some of our guys?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, sure, I guess so." And so they introduced me in the group. I mean, this is no secret, but you can ask anyone in OMG. It's not really publicized that much anymore, but in the beginning it was, and I was, you know, talked about as being the guy that taught them PBNs over there. And yeah, we're all real good friends, know everybody in there really well, a lot of great stuff going on in there. It is very expensive to get in, but there's a lot of really smart, successful individuals over there, so I can't speak highly enough about Greg. And mainly, you know, Greg's the main SEO guy over there, and we're pretty good friends. And so one of the other things that they have in that group is there's a lot of smart cats in there, and a lot of smart cats, you know, develop a lot of smart products that pop up out of there. And one of the funny things is that, you know, I've been working on this for quite some time, and there's another member of OMG named Colin, super guy. Very smart guy. He's released some very good IM products in the past, and unbeknownst to me, that my whole entire plan when I first started developing this system was to really launch it inside that group, because you know, I hung out there a lot, and a lot of people knew me, and I knew a lot of people needed this. And just before I was set to present this at OMG Live last November, a post popped up in the main OMG Facebook group that said, "Whoa, lo and behold, the OMG Command Center is here." And it wasn't developed by the OMG guys. It was developed by Colin Klinkert, and he's a European guy. And you know, I had held my secret in, but I had been telling Mike and Greg that I had something real special I wanted to show them when I got to Nashville. And then the week of, that thing popped out, and I saw the first, I guess the first webinar he did on it or something, and I was just like, wow, this looks a whole lot like what I'm doing. So I guess the short answer is I have seen it from the standpoint of a demo. And I have seen that it does a lot of the same things that we do here, but then it doesn't. They're the same, but they're different. I mean, they're the difference between, you know, a Ferrari and a Maserati. You know, I think that the OMG Command Center is a phenomenal tool as well. I think it's got a lot of good things going for it. I think mine's got a lot of good things going for it. Immediately when I saw that thing, I cut a video and demoed, and I cut a 5-minute jing on everything that's inside my video, or excuse me, inside my system, and sent it to Mike and Greg and said, "Hey guys, listen, man, I was going to show you guys this at OMG Live, but this just came out today, but I want you guys to know that when I do release this, I don't want someone saying that I stole his idea because his got publicized first, and I want to make sure that I got somebody out there that knows that I've been working on this for a really long time, and so I made them guys a video just sort of as a as to say, because they are very similar. Me and Colin, it's kind of amazing when I was watching it that it does a lot of the same things, but then again, I don't know what they have over there now, but I know that we have a lot of stuff, in regards to keeping your site safe, making sure your performances are good, monitoring the mobile-ready stuff, the security scanners, bulk analyzers, domain crawlers. I heard someone say a little while back that it ain't got no crawler, and I said no, it sure doesn't. So I can't say I can't really tell you exactly what's different about them. I can tell you that they're similar. So I think he charges about $179 a month for his. So that's kind of the price levels you're going to see on mine whenever I do monthly subscriptions in the future. So let me look at some questions over here. Thank you, Thomas. Closed for new members, huh, Tony? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're, I don't know. Maybe they're, maybe it's just for OMG members only. Could be.
I don't know. They're talking about the command center. I've got no idea.
Yeah. Hey, Rex asks me. It says the 100 site is plenty, but he's going to expand as we all do. And yes, one of the things that that I don't mention anywhere on the sales page there, but if you can contact me through the support desk and let me know you want to upgrade, I will simply allow you to pay the difference and upgrade your account, and that's that. So that's, I don't say that a lot, but Rex, you've been around forever. Rex, yeah, I know that name. And yeah, good to see you, man.
Okay, I'm just trying to catch up with some things. Right, okay, so let's go into the tools a little bit, Todd. If you don't mind, could you give us a little bit more focus on the WordPress elements of it when you're putting a site together, for example? If you're going to put a new PBN site together and you want to use PBNxpress to help you to do that, could you just talk through that a little bit?
Sure. Launching a WordPress site.
Yeah, just if you're going to do if you've just put a domain that you're going to add to your PBN, how you would go about doing that using PBNxpress.
Okay, there's two ways of doing it. Number one is if you have not already used up all of these IPs on PBN hosting, then you have the ability to use WP Amigo, which I'm going to change that name because I don't like it very much anymore. But the first thing that I would do is use PBN hosting right here and connect to one of these servers right here. And there's 11 of them, and I'll add more later on. And simply connect by clicking the connect button, and then click on the domain manager and simply add the domain and click create add-on domain. And then you go over here to the blog deployer, and the more domains that are in here, the longer it takes to bring back the statuses of these domains, as if to know if they're alive, if they've been built, if they need to be built. So this sometimes can take a couple of minutes to load up. But once it's loaded, it's there for you. I'm not even sure which cPanel I'm logging into, to be quite honest. Got so many of them.
So this is deploying the site right now, and inside the site we'll have plugins already there, yeah?
Yes, you can define your own base of plugins, or you can choose from some of the ones that I have preset.
Right.
And you can make different profiles. So if you've got, you know, a money site profile or a PBN site profile, then you can switch that up. So what this tells me right here is that both of these are able to ready to be installed. So install. Now, if I had some more profiles right here, I could select them, or I could add a new profile. I'm going to give it a name. You know, you could do like, you know, PBN profile, okay, something like that. And now what you want to do is you can select a theme, any one of these themes you want. There's there's computer ones, you know, then there's generic ones, pets, horses, okay, anything you want. Or you can upload your own theme and save it inside here. And then you can simply put in, you know, a title. Sometimes what I like to do is when I'm creating a profile, I'll just put an X as a placeholder, and then I'll put in a standard username, whatever you want to do. I mean, admin is worldwide recognized. A lot of people say don't use admin. You know what? It's not really about the password. I mean, the username so much is obviously it is about the password. Millions of people use admin. The only thing I would not do is use something very unique there. Okay. But if you use admin, join the worldwide club, and you're not going to leave a footprint by using the word admin. Are you going to get hacked because your username's admin? No. You're going to get hacked for every other reason. Password, you know, put something in here, but something good. Admin, the blog email usually always stays the same, so it doesn't change. bizbuilderhosting.com is my hosting company. Rex. You can check the prices there for more. And then you can you know you can add some category. I don't typically like to. I won't usually put anything in here right away, especially on a PBN. The way that we usually do it right now is we're basically making, you know, 10 or 20 posts on the home page, on making the post static on the home page, and then we're kind of backfilling with Content Amigo. Content Amigo allows me to add categories and keywords to those categories, so that's kind of a different tutorial. But I don't put anything there. And now the next thing, the most important thing to me, is which plugins you want to use. Maybe you guys see Link Juice Saber there. That's basically a fork of Link Juice Keeper. Link Juice Keeper had some bugs and some issues, so we rewrote it and called it Link Juice Saber. That's just what that is. So it does the same thing as Link Juice Keeper, but it's fixed to play nice with a lot of other things we got going on here. One of the coolest things here is being able to send in all your Spider Spanker settings in one go. Put all your settings in here and save them. You can also do the same thing if you're a fan of Content Amigo. Some people don't want to use any RSS fed scraped content on their blogs. That's fine. It's your opinion. It's good. Works for me. I can set all of my options right here in Content Amigo, and then set all my plugins. And lastly, you have the ability. Let me shut these down right here. Lastly, you have the ability to upload your own plugins right here. You can upload more than one. You can upload as many as you want and save them to this profile. Every time you launch this profile, those plugins will be ready to go and activated. So once you do this and save your profile, and then you install this blog, and then you go to your second one. You guys saw a minute ago where it says right here. So this one can be installed. I didn't save that profile. I would just select the profile. Now, because when I click install, it's gonna open me up to this page, and then I just click the profile, and I may want to change the theme. Okay, I may want to change the blog title. Typically, when I install a PBN, I do about 3 things. Number one is I pick a different theme. Number two, I changed the title. And number 3 is, I don't even know if there's number 3 actually.
Choose your profile probably.
I typically use the same username and same password, but you can change those right there if you want as well. But everything's going to be listed right there in front of you. So it's basically click, change, type, and then install blog and walk away.
Yeah.
After you've got your after you've got your profile set, and then you hit this page again, and you hit install again. It's click, change, install, and away it goes and does its thing. So
Todd, you're using. Sorry, let me just interrupt you there. You're using for each blog about 20 posts as a static homepage, okay? What about the content? Are you using Content Amigo for all of those, or are you using different methods to get the content automated to go in there, or are you doing it manually or semi-manually? How are you doing your content for these sites?
Well, it depends on the content. I have the money post content, which are unique articles with, nice backlinked anchor texts on the homepage, and then I use Content Amigo for what I call backfill. So I let the blog grow every time Content Amigo posts something, and you can set Content Amigo to post once a day, once a week, whatever, randomly kind of. And it backfills content. Every time it makes a post, it also pings the search engines like WordPress does. They come and they traverse your homepage again, and they find your new content or whatever. And your blog just continuously builds, kind of on autopilot. And yeah, that seems to work. I like content. I like blogs with a lot more content than just a homepage with 5 posts, and each post has 3 anchor texts in it. To me, that looks very unnatural. Feels unnatural, looks unnatural. But if I have a lot of other content on the back end for backfill, it works really well. Never had a problem with that. I've got a lot of people that use Content Amigo, not just myself. Content Amigo has its own fan base. Does well.
And guys, you can use IFTTT for that kind of thing as well. If you want to put an RSS feed, for example, from just some authority sites, and put some kind of introduction and conclusion into it, you can do all that kind of stuff with IFTTT as well, which you can set up really quickly and really easily for free to be able to just diversify some of your content and where it's coming from as well, just for another source that you can use. You can even mash up RSS feeds with IFTTT as well for that kind of stuff too. All right, so let's see if we get any questions, and we can carry on. But you can see the value of this, guys. If you're thinking about, if you need to do an SEO campaign, you need to build a PBN site, you want to do some keyword research, all the tools are here. Actually, we should take a look at the keyword tools in here, and just to see. Oh, you want to show them something else first?
Well, I was just kind of digging around here for a minute.
Yeah.
The guys worked on something really cool today and told me it was finished, but I need to look at it. One of the things, I guess I may not be able to show you an exact example of the changes today because I don't know if it's populated throughout the site. But one of the things one of the users actually left some feedback, some very cool feedback, and was like, "Hey, blah 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 blah." And then I got to thinking about it and got to talking with Bronco about it. And now we're able to pull trust flow and citation flow freely, all right, from their simple API, they call it, along with a little bit more data. So what we're going to do moving forward is, like, for instance, guys, the way this system is written, it's based on API pulls and credits. But what I always like to do is look, I only want to spend the credits and the pulls when I have to, when I know it's necessary. Like, I see a lot of people like, I want to analyze 5,000 domains and I want to know the backlinks of 5,000 domains. No, you don't, because 4,000 of them are utter garbage, and there's not even any point in really going deep into those. So we try to it basically takes a couple more steps to get to the finish line, but it's not going to cost you as much money, and we have to be mindful of how much money we're spending when we're doing these things, right? I mean, we can't just be the the duck who skis down in the gold coins in his basement, right? So we have to all pay attention to that. So one of the things that I've always tried to build the system is like, let's pull the free data first and get all the metrics we can freely, and then we organize that down to a subsection that we want to investigate further. And then we start pulling paid data. And one of the big things that we want to look at from a metric standpoint is the trust flow and citation flow. That's also a big metric that gives us an idea of how good or bad the domain is. So I wish I could probably fool around here for a minute and find out where they added this, just as an example, but may not have time for that. But just so you guys know, we've added a new way to be able to analyze domains a little bit deeper without using your credits, and then it even just hones it in cheaper and faster. For instance, I'll give you an example. This bulk analyzer. I built this tool because, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to add CF and TF to this line right here because, I've got a file. I have to pull up Microsoft, but I've got a file of 100,000 domains in here, and I'll have to get it over here and take a look at it. I'll see if I can find them to run some tests in here. But the point is that, for instance, right here, excuse me, right here you can put in a whole lot of domains. Right now we have a daily limit of 5,000, just because we don't want somebody uploading too much garbage and blowing us up. So we have to limit some things. And then if we see that it doesn't matter, then obviously we'll remove that. But automatically we can see a couple of metrics, and these are pretty good metrics right here: domain authority, page authority, and the number of links coming back. And then we can sort this like this and see more information. But but then what you have to do is select the ones you want and send them over here to analyze them. Okay, they're all right here, the ones I just selected, and then add them to the queue, confirm www, and then they queue up and run. But the point is now we have the ability to see even more. We're going to have the ability to see even more data on this row right here. So, because I can promise you that a lot of the domains that I just ran every one of them could be worthless because the only data I had to look at was this right here. But now we're adding more data to this freebie row, and then we can look at things further. Every day we're coming up with a new idea to make this thing bigger, better, faster.
Awesome.
I was gonna show you guys one more thing regarding plugins and PBN Amigo, and you have to. The first thing you should do when you get in here is download these plugins right here. One's for PH 5.4, one's for 5.5. There's a difference, trust me. And you need to get that plugin, and whenever you're building your profiles for your PBNs, you need to upload this plugin, make it part of your profile over here in PBN Hosting or WP Amigo. You want to make sure you download this plugin and get it in there. And that's if you're doing this right now. I promise you, just as soon as we get caught up, these two plugins are going to be a part of the initial profile. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. But just reminding you, before you build your PBNs, grab this plugin and this plugin over here. You're going to need this. Does anybody have any questions about this post and link manager? This is another very phenomenal tool that you guys better be using, because at some point you're going to have to change your anchor text and your backlinks on your money site, on your money pages, your money posts on your PBN. It's just a fact. And you can do it manually, sure. If you've only got 2 or 3 blogs, it's not that bad. But this piece right here is invaluable to me, to go in here and be able to change these anchor texts, anchor URLs, and anchor text right here. This is still in its early development stage. Pretty soon we'll be able to search for this and globally do it. Right now they're one at a time, but it's just click, click, done. 3 clicks and 1 edit, and you're done. So don't forget to grab the plugin off of this homepage right here, download and install right here, PBN Post. And also this API, this plugin API is going to do a lot of things coming up in the future. It's going to be able to add categories and tags and images, and we've got a whole list of things we want to do with this Post and Link Manager. It'll probably be called something else in the future. But right now it's called Post and Link Manager because that's really all it does. Manages your links and posts. You got to post through here in order for it to know what's up, though, because it's got some special short codes in there. So PBN Amigo, Post and Link Manager, grab those plugins and make sure you're using them, because the other thing about PBN Amigo, you guys probably all seen, it's kind of like Main WP or some of those others that allow you to manage all of your site's plugins, meaning update or bulk upload. Like if you've got one new plugin that you want to install, like for instance, you just caught wind of, Hacker Spanker, decided to use it, then you could just pop it in here and upload it to every single one of your blogs pretty quickly. Let's see, let's start reading some questions.
Yeah, Rex is asking show something again quickly, but I'm not quite sure which one he was talking about. Was it a Post and Links Manager, Rex, or something else? Yeah, Post and Links Manager. I think he wants to understand better how it works for changing the anchor text and what's the purpose of it. When you would use it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so let's see where I start. Add your blog. Okay, you need to add the blog. You click here for new blog, and you're gonna install, after you install that plugin, you're gonna see an authorization key. Let me just go see if I can find one real quick that I can play with. Well, let me see what's not in here. Well, there's Mr. TNT right there. I probably already have one here. Oops. So really what it does is you connect it up, and then you put it in an article, and then that article contains backlinks and anchor texts out to your money sites and maybe some authority sites, things like that. And when you do that, every anchor text and backlink that you have submitted inside that article is now locked and categorized inside this. You can also spin an article. That's why you have groups. This right here says Health PBN Group. Let me look if this has, well, I'll just bring it over here. So here is the API key. It's right here in settings, API key. So you would take that API key and put it into, and here's my PBN Amigo key as well. So it was coded by two different people. So this has its own area, and then Post and Link Manager has this API key auth right here. Let me cut that down a little bit. All right, let me see what's on the home page real quick. Let me see if I still have yeah, I deleted that one post I had on here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to grab some text and do one real quick. Get back. I'm just going to grab that right there. And then I am going to go back and do an article. Okay. And I'm going to say new article. And I'm going to say vendor guitar, whatever. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to say the Telecaster. Okay. And I'm going to insert a link. And the URL is whatever, it doesn't matter. Text to display there, there. Target, you can do whichever one you want. I'm just going to hit OK. Oh, okay. I even made sure I did that. Now I'm going to select the Health PBN group. Now I'm going to select this blog, Mr. TNT, and I'm going to add new article. Oh, can't do both. If you do a group, that means it's going to. So I'm not going to use a schedule. I'm going to post it right now. I believe that's okay. So now let's go and have a look. Okay, so there it is. See how fast that was? See that? So and you see the bottom left hand there. I misspelled it, but I put a link there. So now here's my blog name, Fender Guitar. My art. Actually, that should be article name. So now I can review it, and I could say, oh, okay, well I misspelled this, or I'm going to say my new guitar.com. Okay, save changes. I come back over here to this blog. There it is. Do you see that? My new guitar. Does everybody see that? See, it went to, so it just instantly, yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. And the way to control all your blogs and your anchor text and anchor URLs.
Okay, guys, let's see if we got any more questions, and if not, then we'll try and wrap this up a little bit. We just wanted to cover some of the things that we're getting asked a lot in the sort of support desks and stuff. There's one come in from Tony. He wants to get this tool. He has to rob someone first. Well, let's take you've put together something for the split payments, I think, haven't you, on that page?
Yeah, I have. If you go to do you have your link out there, Tony?
Yeah, I think I should be able to get it. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. So yeah, we can do this on the Charter one. We can bust that up into 2 payments, the same as Charter 2. And then after you run through these 2 buttons, you're going to come back. You're going to come into a middle page, and you're going to complete your registration. I'll see if I can find what it looks like. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah,
but it comes back around to a middle page. You just click on the blue link to complete your registration. Basically, what's happening is the initiation fee is going through PayPal, and then you're going to come back and do the monthly fee through Stripe. I can't, for technical reasons, I can't do it all through Stripe because Stripe can't do a split pay for X number of months and then a monthly pay for X other months. So it's just technically impossible to, well, it's not impossible. Anything's possible, but Stripe just doesn't offer that functionality.
Okay, so there's 2
cool?
split payment options in here. There's one at $4.97. I'm guessing that's for the hold on a second. Let me just see the chart.
That's for Charter 1 and Charter 2.
Okay, not the mini. Okay, I understand. Okay, so Charter 1 and Charter 2, then you've got the split payment options for those 2. Okay.
I was under the impression that mostly people wanted the split pays for the larger options. Is that true?
I'm guessing, that anybody might be interested in the other one as well. But if it's we've got these 2 for now. You can add it later if you want to. It's up to you.
You guys want a split pay for the Charter Mini?
Yeah.
Okay, getting some yeses there.
Lonnie's asking what's the payment structure going to be. Lonnie, we covered that at the very beginning about how the credits and things work and how the payment works. The payment structure for these two that we got here, for this, for example, the 497 is actually a split payment. For this 997, it's two payments over 2 months, so that we cut that down in half for two payments over 2 payments instead of one big payment. Okay. There's a couple of people saying, yeah, they would like a split payment on the Charter Mini as well. Todd, I don't know if you can swing that.
Yeah, I guess if okay. Let's see, so that would be about 247. Okay, I'll need a little bit of time to throw that up there. If y'all give me 30 minutes after the after we end this, I can probably slap one on there.
Thank you. Okay, let's see if we got any other questions.
Y'all want to see any more cool tools? Y'all got any questions about like maybe the keyword research tool is really cool. I like it a lot. I don't think I did the long tail last time, so
Okay, let's take a look at that.
yeah. People logging in from different IP addresses. I get notified. All right, so yeah, let's just put in I don't know, wireless keyboard, because that's what I'm staring at the moment. And I hit search, and it's been queued. So now it's going out there, and hey guys, if you notice this tool, there's no credits being used right now. It's pulling back all your long tails. There's no credits for that. I pay for that, a one-time fee, and I'm sorry, not a one-time fee, but a monthly fee. And they don't charge me per keyword I bring back. So bam! Wow, did you see how fast that was? And it found 755 keywords. So now I can export these if I want. If I just want some keywords, like for instance, I would use keywords like this for Content Amigo. Content Amigo requires keywords for finding content. Your chickens are up, Tony. What was that? Hello?
Sorry, can you hear me? Okay.
Anybody
My dog,
there?
yeah, my dog has got his toy and he's going crazy with
I
the
can
toy.
hear you.
My dog got his toy and he's going crazy with the toy. I have to mute myself for a minute.
Go ahead. I don't know what that was. Rex, yes, PBN hosting. It does sound like he's beating a cat. 33, we are allowing right now. If you understand parallel blog networking, then there's 11 cPanels, and you could put up to 3 domains per. So it's 33 domains, parallel blog networking. Lonnie, videos. Take your pick. We're on keyword research. Clickety-click. You get to indulge yourself in my beautifully southern Texas accent. Well, northern Texas. Still country. So, cool. So this is the long tail stuff. So you can do a lot of different things. Like for me, I would take these long tails and stuff them into Content Amigo. I used to always have to go to Keyword Planner and drag them down, or buy some keyword tools and all that jazz. Now I can just export them right here. Copy to clipboard. You can still go to Keyword Planner if for some reason Google decides to kick me out. We went ahead and added this. We actually added this before I got my developer's API key. So it's right here, and you have to use them in blocks of 800, so they'll automatically do it for you. But you don't have to. We can go ahead and select all the keywords, and then we can get Google Keyword Analytics for all that data by clicking there, and we've got a pop-up block. Always allow pop-ups there, because we're going to open in a new tab. And now we have this new tab opened, and we have everything in the Keyword Planner, and now we can analyze those keywords. And here in, wow, that was fast. So that's Pretty cool. So now we can look at all the keywords we just pulled from Longtail, and we can take a look at what's in here. I sort by suggested bid, maybe go by monthly searches. I like suggested bid because I usually wireless keyword batteries. So I'm just going to take the top money-making keywords, right, the ones everybody's bids on. I'm going to add them to my bucket. I'm going to go ahead and dump them into the analyzer, and now I'm going to submit for analysis. And now this is where it's going to cost a little credits. I ain't going to say that's cheap, but it's not that expensive. But the reason is it's expensive data we're pulling. SEMrush is expensive. So it runs off, and I'm going to wait for this because I really want to see it. Oklahoma sucks. Where are you from, Rex? I don't remember. Florida. I see. Cool. Swamps. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
How about Tony, the other Tony in the chat?
Oh, Tony Thunberg from Sweden.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to, I understand your situation there, so, just reach out to me sometime, man. I'm, usually willing to help you out, whatever I can do for you. So let's look at this data. This suggested bid is $1.70. The monthly searches is not that high at all. That one's not. This one's a little bit more. Wireless keyboard with iPad. Wow, look at that bid. No competition. That's a pretty cool keyword. So, and then you can also, but you also got to look at this. Sometimes these electronic terms we all love is just, yeah, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Macworld. Yeah, you're not beating those guys. So it's hard to. But you can find a lot. I've uncovered one. I uncovered last week was the lazy swipe for the Android phone. It's just blowing up right now, and the search competition was just nil. And you can go to any CPA network and find a CPA offer on lazy swipe, and I noticed it by looking at some keywords in here, by sorting them by competition, and then looking at their suggested bid. And you got to take that into consideration. And then lastly, once you get excited about it, you view this and then go, well, okay, that's pretty tough. But there were some YouTube videos in there. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see those YouTube videos in there? Right there? So all these page authorities are zero. I bet you could spam the heck out of a Tumblr blog and get on here, right? Yeah, that'll work. So keyword tool is really cool, guys. Really good, really cool tool to use. You can do, you can get your data straight from the heart of Google, like I showed you guys the other day. Right here, get related to keywords. That comes straight from Keyword Planner. You can go log in and get it too, but it's right here. Mobile ready test. Did you guys see this? Did I show this? Was this in when we did our webinar?
You showed that the last time, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Make sure your sites are mobile ready, guys. This goes and asks Google how it looks. Matter of fact, I gotta look at something. Oops. This is just a test site that you guys could be some of the first to see the new Spider Spanker look. I don't know what happened there. Did it break? Uh-oh. Maybe it's running in the background. Check this out, guys. Most of you are probably seeing the old Spider Spanker site. Look at the new one. Ta-da! Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? I just had this redone. I'm going to get rid of that crazy looking site I have right now. So that's going to be the new Spider Spanker site. Cool graphics guy. If you guys need a guy's pretty badass at graphics, that guy's pretty good right here.
Mm.
Back to this. Any other? Let's see what else we got. Yeah. Have you seen Spider Spanker Nuke, Rex? Yeah. I'll peek this out at you real quick. SpiderSpanker.com/SS Nuke. I haven't really advertised it too much. I put this out probably about 9 months ago, and it's very cool. You should watch the video. It does a little bit more. One thing that we've noticed that this does is it will kill a manual review. If you guys know what you ever been manually reviewed and got nuked? Yeah. So Spider Spanker Nuke will pretty much prevent that. I mean, if someone's manually reviewing your blog network, you're in trouble. So that means you're a target. But what Nuke will do is show them an error. You have to watch the video. I don't have time to go over it, but I don't advertise this because I really just don't want a lot of people having it, to be honest. It's pretty powerful. But it's been working really good, no problems. So I might open it up. I'm gonna start opening it up a little bit more this year. Okay, so Posting Link Manager, Instant Link Indexers, very nice tool to index your backlinks. Usually not a problem with blogs. Yes, Rex, much better than Spinot. That's just a complete copy of mine. I didn't even know that guy, too. I thought we were friends. The only reason why he copied me was because somebody told me Spider Spanker made money. Went home and copied it. What a great dude. Sitting at the same table with me, too. Yeah. Anyway, there's a new update of Spider Spanker Pro. I actually looked at Spinot and said, okay, I see 2 things in there I don't have. I'm going to rip them off. So, so we've already stuffed those into Spider Spanker Pro, and it's coming out soon. Enough of that talk. Anybody else want to see anything else? Tony, would you like to see anything else? Should we be wrapping this up? Does anybody have any more questions about the how the credits are used? I hope I showed y'all how they're used. It's basically, you know, adding a domain in the beginning is going to cost you some credits, okay? But you're not going to have to spend that much again next month. Rank Tracker is going to cost you some credits because they just cost me credits. They cost me money too. It's you know, 4 or 5 credits per domain, something like that. I can't remember exactly. A lot of credits use comes from the domain analyzer. Whenever you pull backlinks and anchors, that's where the money is. Okay, so we've tried to do everything we can to give you the best free data as much free data as possible. And like I said, we found more free data today to give us a better understanding of whether or not we want to pull backlinks and anchors. Okay, so we're doing everything we can to not make you use your credits, right? You know, I mean, originally some of the coders were like, no, you know, they wanted to like find ways to make you spend credits, and I'm like, no, we're the opposite of that. All right, I mean, I want the credits to be just you know, to prevent abuse, right? I just want it to prevent abuse and not prevent you from doing what you need to do. So Domain Analyzer, when you're pulling backlinks, it's going to cost you credits. Domain Sleuth, when you're pulling backlinks on target domains, you're going to cost you credits. No credits there, 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 none there, none there, none there. So for the most part, guys, I wouldn't be panicking about the credits too much. Now, if you're going to be building a lot of blog networks, then you are going to spend some credits looking stuff up. So, you know, if you just want to dabble in it for a few months, and and then talk about upgrading later, we can certainly do that too. But I wouldn't, I don't want you guys thinking that these credits are, not going to allow you to do anything.
Todd,
Actually.
Could you
Yeah, go
mention
ahead.
a little bit about the additional training and stuff? I see you've got university in there, and I know you've got your Facebook groups and things like that as well. Can you explain to them a little bit about that so that they know where they can get some sort of good SEO help and discussions and things like that, and videos and training?
Yeah, absolutely. Blog Network Blueprint, if any of you have ever taken that course, it was the very first launch of a real how to build a private blog network course, and I've included it here. Let me see if I've got that login right. And I don't, of course. I wish I did. Let me think of another login real quick. But it is the fully updated version that Clinton Dixon and I, gscs@gmail.com, and come on. Okay, well, let's just do it this way then. As it says on the page, you can register for an account. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this is part of what I didn't want to do is get people in here that that didn't know anything about private blog networks, right? Like, how do I get started? How do I build these things? So I went ahead and built this in, and I need to fix why that didn't just automatically log me in. Oh, I put ABC123. Yeah, so you can log in here, and I don't know what's wrong with that now, damn it. I don't have enough hands to test everything, guys. Sorry, I thought that was working a little bit ago, but I'm going to go ahead and open it up in another window. I'll just show you this course. This course is launching next week. It's obviously going to cost you to get into it then too, so. Okay, bringing it over. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so you log in here, you go in the PBNxpress University, and then here is all the training on, yeah, just a lot of videos on how to find PBNs. You know, a lot. This is basically all the manual things. Yes, Thomas, this is probably 90% new. So, yeah, there's just look at all those videos in that one. there's a few hours of videos in here. Me and Clinton spent a lot of time. Got to go over those. But this is going off next week. Probably be, you know, the typical $37, then upsells to get, you know, other stuff, Content Amigo, things like that. It's a coupon for hosting. Best practice guide. There's a nice PBN management spreadsheet that Clinton made. Check this out. It's a really cool spreadsheet. Well, I won't go into it. There's a video on how to use it and then where to download it. I need to add something. You can sort of see in the video there. I don't have time to go through it, but I'm going to add something into PBNxpress that handles all this outside of a spreadsheet. So anyway, anybody got any questions? Yeah, it's just the course, so I'm going to close that down now. There's a lot of information in there if you don't know anything about PBNs. Well, here's all my knowledge regarding it, and Clinton's one of my students from a few years ago, and he's killing it. He's doing good.
The thing is, guys, that there's a lot of PBN courses come out in the last couple of years, but nobody's been doing it as long as what Todd has. Absolutely nobody has been doing it as long as what he has, and he's still doing it. And you see some people, they come and they go, and they say, well, PBNs don't work anymore. They started doing this well after Todd started to do this, and he's still doing it now. He's even building tools like this, which was originally for PBNs, but it just grew into something much bigger, which I can completely understand, because things do just blow up when you're actually using this kind of stuff every day. It's just fantastic value, the whole lot, and plus the training that you got there as well. It's real experience that you're getting there, and not theory. It's real world practical stuff that works. Okay, so it's really important, the training as well as the tools, knowing how to understand how to build out PBNs properly and how to do things, and get the support as well if you need from guys who actually do it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, all the other courses came on after mine, and people started using them and started seeing success, and so a lot of the other marketers that market something new every week made a course on it. A lot of them bought mine, though. It's cool, though. It's no big deal. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. You just have to pay attention to detail, and I guess, yeah, I mean, you kind of got to just have a little bit of knowledge to figure it out. And then PBNxpress just speeds up everything.
Yeah.
All right, so right now we have a split pay on Charter 1, Charter 2, and yeah, give me some time here, and I'll throw in a $247 a month for 2 months.
Cool. All right, I think we can probably wrap it up there. There's no more questions coming in. I had a few questions on the Skype as well, which I just answered, so you probably heard me clunking in the background because I forgot to mute myself. Anyway, I think we can probably just wrap it up. Todd, thanks for your time. I'll get this replay out tonight, and I know that we've got 1 day and 1 hour. Maybe if we can extend it for 1 more day so that I can get this one out, I'd really, really appreciate it, and see if we can drive some more sales for you and get some more people using what's really going to be a fantastic tool. It's just going to keep getting better and better.
Okay, sounds great. Good to be here. Nice chatting with all you guys. Hit me up. Catch you later. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.